What is going on, GTS? My name is Crobat for the win, and welcome to a Pokemon Black and White 2 Wi-Fi battle. Today we have an OU match versus DbzMarioGeno on YouTube. It was an awesome battle full of predictions and became very close at the end. So going right into the team preview, I have a defensive Landorus, a bulky Dragon Dancing Gyarados, a Rapid Spin Starmie, Choice Band Caesar, a standard-ish Jirachi, and a Scarf Heatran. He's some major threats on his side, especially Latios. Those things, if they're scarfed or even specs, they could just hit like a truck. Same thing with Kyurem Black. It looks like he has, what's it called? He has Tornadus on his team just for the Tailwind, so I'll be looking out for that. Whimsicott can also be annoying. Same thing with Conkeldurr because of Mach Punch. I'll just have to watch out for that during the match. So anyways, just get right into it. He's going to start out with Latios. I start out with Landorus. That's not the best prediction because I know he has the Surf, so I'm going to go into Caesar. I can take the Surf because I know the Caesar is pretty bulky, being a Choice Banded variant. I have some HP EVs. Now he shows that he's Expert Belt, which is just annoying now because I lose my Caesar early. I thought when I didn't see Life Orb, he'd be Scarfed. Oh well, I guess it's not a big deal because I can go into Starmie right about now. Go for the Ice Beam on Latios, and just for the LOL, I get a freeze and then he thaws out, so it's no hacks at all. He goes for Dragon Pulse, does a lot to Starmie, but I outspeed and he's scared, so he's going to switch out. He's going to go into Fortress. I actually predicted that, so I go for a Surf just to get better damage on it. Does about maybe 45% or so. Maybe after leftovers close to 40. I'm going to go for a Surf again because I'm going to predict him to go for the Gyro Ball, predicting my switch. And it doesn't do that much, just like I thought. So I know that one more Surf should be able to take this thing out. However, I'm going to predict him to go for the Volt switch, so I'm going to go into Landorus T. And also, may as well get the Intimidate off. No harm in doing so. So he goes for the Volt switch. That's great, because he can't do anything now. I get to go for the U-turn, because I thought he'd switch here. It doesn't do much, of course. Gets a crit, but really doesn't matter. I'm going to go into Jirachi, because I was like, maybe I could get Parahacks on something. Maybe this Fortress. Or, I don't know. It's not really the greatest switch right now. He sets up rocks, so I'm going to go back out into Landorus T to get the Intimidate again, and to prevent him from going for the Volt switch. I get the Intimidate again, and he goes for the Volt switch, just like I thought. Now here, I'm thinking, well, what might he do? Could he switch out, or you think he's going to go for the Volt switch? I'm going to go for the Stealth Rocks, which is a safe play either way, because I'm thinking he's going for the Volt switch, and he does, which was awesome. I made a great prediction there. I'm going to go for the Earthquake this turn, predict him to go for the Volt switch again, or even the Rapid Spin, because I know that obviously Landorus T took 7 damage from that Rapid Spin. Yeah. So now I know he's going to switch. He's going into Conkeldurr, which is pretty annoying, so I set up my Stealth Rocks again just so I can get some residual damage on everything. And now I see this as a Flame Orb Conkeldurr. Now I'm getting kind of scared, because this thing already has its Guts activated. Now I have to switch into something to take the Drain Punch. Of course, the Drain Punch does a lot to this Jirachi that I switched into. It's about 60, maybe 70%. Wow. This is a defensive Jirachi. That just goes to show you how strong Conkeldurr is when it had Guts activated. Now I have to go into Landorus T because it carries the Intimidate. The Intimidate not only is going to lower its attack, but I also resist the Drain Punch, so I know I can take it well. I fear the Ice Punch a little bit. I just gotta hope that he doesn't have it. The one thing I have going for me is that he is getting burn damage every turn, so I can always rely on that a little bit. Anyways, I predicted his switch into Latios because I predicted him not to have the Ice Punch. I get the U-turn off on it, and it dies. So that's great. That is great. I'm going to go into Starmie because it's really fast, so I'm hoping maybe I can outspeed a threat or something, maybe get some damage on something. So he goes into Conkeldurr, which I think I could get some solid damage off on, but I'd rather just save Starmie for now and go into Landorus T again. Gonna get the Intimidate. Of course, he's gonna go for the Facade, which is going to do a lot more than Drain Punch, but I still take it pretty well. He gets some burn damage. Now, I knew he was gonna switch again. He's going into this Tornadus here. I went for the U-turn predicting that. Now here's where I'm just gonna go into Starmie because I have not only the Ice Beam, I also have the Thunderbolt. Maybe to scare him away, but I could probably also KO with this low of health. He has the Prankster, obviously, so I'm thinking he's going to go for the Tailwind to speed up his Kyurem Black. Thankfully, though, Thunder KO, so I don't even have to worry about being rocked like a hurricane. Yeah. So, anyways, he's going to go into his Kyurem Black, which is really scary because this thing has a monstrous attack stat, backed by an Outrage. Wow. So I'm just going to fodder out this Starmie here. I'm going to go into Heatran because I know I can live one Outrage and get very close to a KO with Overheat. There's no problem with that because I live with a solid 74 HP, and I go for that big Overheat. Brings him down to red, which is pretty respectable. I'm just going to switch out again. I'm going to go into Jirachi because, well, Jirachi can just be good death fodder at this point. I can't really do much with it, so that's all I can say. He gets a crit, probably didn't matter, just because of Kyurem Black's major attack stat. I'm going to go into Heatran again and go for the Flamethrower, which will obviously take out this Kyurem Black. Thank goodness, because those things can be just really annoying, and I managed to take it out after only losing 2 Pokemon and not my entire team. So here I stayed in with Heatran, predicting to go for the Facade, predicting my switch into Gyarados or Landorus T. That doesn't work out in my favor, of course. So I have to go into Landorus T now just to get the Intimidate off. And he goes for a Mach Punch. Alright, I should be able to live it, right? Right! Wrong! No, he gets a crit, which really mattered, because I would have been able to KO with the Earthquake, or at least come close enough that the burn would have taken him out. I could have had a Gyarados at closer to full health to take on his Whimsicott a little bit better, in better shape. It was just, wow, that crit really mattered. But he goes for a Facade with his Conkeldurr on my Gyarados. He lives it with a yellow health, I guess. I have to just go for a move now. He goes for a Mach Punch, which was pretty smart, I suppose. Doesn't do a lot, but enough. I take his Conkeldurr out with a Waterfall. Now his second to last Pokemon is Whimsicott. Other than a Fortress, which will die to Stealth Rocks on the switch, I'm going to go for a Taunt here, not knowing this is an offensive Whimsicott. Not like it would have really mattered, because even if I went for the Stone Edge, it wouldn't have KO'd. I ran the Calc. You can see the Calc above if I had gone for the Stone Edge there. So either way, you would have won, but it was mostly due to that crit. But regardless, crits happen, it's part of the game. Now we have our question of the day. What is your favorite flying-type Pokemon? I know for my answer, Crobat is just too obvious, so I'll go with my second favorite in this one. My second favorite is indeed Gyarados, and I'll tell you a little story as of why. It goes all the way back to when I played Red, Blue, and Yellow as a child. I caught a Magikarp, trained it to become a Gyarados, and it ended up destroying the Elite Four. It was just a great gaming experience I had with that Gyarados. So anyways, now that the question of the day and the match is over, feel free to check out DbzMarioGeno's channel in the description. Also be sure to check out my channel because I post tons of Pokemon battles and other content very similar to this. Be sure to leave a like and comment about the battle and question of the day. Thanks again.